Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. Hey friend, today we're talking about the single most powerful, effective, and life-giving thing you can do for your health. And it's probably not what you think. We're talking about vegetables. Yup, veggies. Now, before you hit pause and go make a mental note to eat 1 baby carrot with dinner tonight, hang on. This episode isn't a guilt trip or a boring nutritional lecture. I want to have a real conversation with you, mama to mama, about why veggies matter so much, why so many of us struggle with actually eating them, and how to make this one shift that could seriously change your life. Let's start with a little story. If you grew up like I did, most of your veggies came from a can or a freezer bag. And while I wasn't the kid who flat out refused vegetables, there came a point in adulthood where I realized I didn't actually enjoy them. They didn't bring the comfort or the excitement that other foods did, especially when stacked up against other foods like rice, pasta, or potatoes. If I made a beautiful meal and had to add a sad scoop of green beans to make it healthy, it honestly made me less excited to eat. As a young adult, there was a time early in my wellness journey where I was wildly confused about everything. Keto, paleo, low fat, low carb, no sugar, eat all the fruit, don't eat any fruit. But one truth kept rising to the top no matter where I turned. I needed to eat more vegetables. Now, if you're thinking, I like veggies, I eat peas, corn, and carrots. Well, mama, I hate to burst your bubble, but we need to talk. Here's the thing. Peas, they're technically a legume. So they're more closely related to things like lentils and beans and not an actual veggie. Corn, well, that's a grain, like oats or rice, also not a veggie. Now, carrots? Yes, that is a veggie, but one vegetable doesn't carry the nutritional weight of your whole health journey. You need more than that, mama. If you've been clinging to those 3 as your veggie staples, I say this with love. You need more variety, more color, more crunch, more real, vibrant vegetables. So let's talk about God's original design for thriving health. Let's go back to the very beginning, like Eden beginning. In Genesis 1:29, God gave Adam and Eve every seed-bearing plant and tree for food. That means their entire nutritional plan was plant-based. Fruits, veggies, seeds, herbs. That was the original menu. and it sustained them for generations. It wasn't until after the flood in Genesis 9 that God permitted meat to be part of the human diet. But before that, plants provided everything: protein, fiber, healthy fats, and carbs. So it makes sense that vegetables were designed to be a foundational part of our health. When we eat more vegetables, we're not just checking a nutrition box. We're aligning with God's original design for nourishment and vitality in every part of our body. So let's break this down in real life terms. Veggies aren't just quote unquote good for you. They're powerful. They do what no supplement, shake, or powder can replicate because God made them that way. Let's talk about some micronutrient powerhouses. Spinach is packed with iron, magnesium, folate, and vitamin K. And all of these support energy, hormone production, and mental clarity. Red bell peppers have more vitamin C than oranges. Hello. They're great for your immunity, your skin health, and reducing inflammation. Sweet potatoes are full of vitamin A, B6, and fiber, and these help balance blood sugar, support healthy eyes, and aid hormone health. Brussels sprouts are loaded with vitamin K and antioxidants that help your body detox and fight disease. Next, let's give credit to some antioxidant powerhouses. Broccoli, which contains sulforaphane, which is a powerful compound that supports liver detox, cancer prevention, and insulin sensitivity. There's also beets, which are rich in betalains and natural nitrates, which increase blood flow, improve energy, and support athletic recovery. And yes, even chasing toddlers counts, mamas. Now we have fiber. Fiber is your gut's best friend. And if you listened to the last episode, you know how incredible fiber is for your health in so many ways. Cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, asparagus, and artichokes all contain different types of fiber that help regulate digestion, bind excess hormones, support your microbiome, stabilize blood sugar, and help you feel full after meals. Veggies also contain a lot of phytochemicals. For example, kale contains over 45 flavonoids that fight inflammation and support detoxification. And garlic and onions, they're high in sulfur compounds that help kill bad bacteria, boost your immune system, and support natural detox pathways. Mama, you cannot afford to not have a rich supply and variety of vegetables in your diet. They do the most for you on your plate and will go the extra mile in building your health. Now, I know that while we're talking about all these wonderful benefits, including vitamins and minerals, it might be really tempting to say, yeah, I get those because I take a multivitamin or some other fancy supplement. But the thing is, supplements can be helpful when needed, especially because our soil is incredibly nutrient depleted in today's society. But you have to remember that a supplement is meant to be exactly what it says, a supplement, not a replacement. Supplements and multivitamins will never be able to replace what real food provides. Real food works in synergy with our body. God created it with intentional complexity, and our bodies know exactly what to do with it. Even in real foods, there are natural compounds that can actually prevent us from absorbing the full nutritional value of the food, especially if it's not prepared in the right way, which is a whole other conversation for another day. But the important thing to realize is that we have to honor nature in order to get the full benefits of it. And as much as we try to replicate nature in a supplement, we simply just can't come close. And that means that while your supplements provide you with some benefits, there's no way that your body is absorbing all of that nutrition just because you took it in a capsule. So make sure that if you're taking a supplement, it's a high quality one and that you're using it to supplement a diet rich in fresh, healthy, and diverse vegetables. When I started eating more vegetables consistently, it was like something clicked in my body. I had more steady energy through the day instead of crashing at 2 p.m. My brain felt clearer, I could focus better, and I wasn't in a fog. And my digestion, I had way less bloating and discomfort. It felt like my gut could finally breathe again. No, it wasn't magic. It was nourishment, finally giving my body what it really needed. Veggies are the superpowers of your health. If you want to improve your gut health, build insulin sensitivity, balance your hormones, recover from workouts, eliminate brain fog, or even fight serious diseases like cancer, the answer isn't found in a magic product. It's found in vegetables, my friend. Veggies are the unsung heroes of your plate. They might not be flashy, but they're doing deep healing work inside your body every single time you eat them. And here's the kicker. If you're a mom, this isn't just about your health. Helping your kids learn to love their vegetables is the single most valuable gift you can give them for their long-term wellness. Because the worst thing we can do is raise adults who are picky, nutritionally starved, and disinterested in food that brings healing. And if that's where your family's at right now, no shame. That's exactly what we're tackling in the next podcast series. So stick with me, mama. We're going to dive into how to create a food culture in your home that aligns with God's design and brings more peace, not pressure, to your plate. That's coming up. But right now, let's get practical and talk about how to actually enjoy your veggies because I am on a lifelong mission to love the food that loves me back. And I absolutely refuse to settle for boring, bland, and blah just for the sake of being healthy. If your veggies are making you sad, then friend, I say this with love, you're not doing it right. Let's talk about how to mix it up in the kitchen so that you can get on track to loving your veggies again. My tip number one is that fresh is best. Fresh vegetables taste way better than canned or frozen. Now, if you're in a busy season and all you've got are freezer bags, use what you have. Of course, eating vegetables, whether they're frozen or in a can, is better than not eating vegetables at all. Just know, if you want to fall in love with veggies, fresh is where the magic starts. It is incomparable. Tip number 2 is roast, grill, or air fry. How you cook your veggies matters. You could boil broccoli and be proud it didn't come out mushy. Totally been there. Or you could roast it with olive oil, garlic, salt, and some fresh lemon juice and fall in love. Roasting is honestly my go-to for bringing out flavor of most veggies. It is just seriously a superior way of cooking them. I love roasting things like carrots, cabbage, asparagus, and Brussels sprouts. But in the summer, don't forget about grilling your veggies too. Things like grilled zucchini, onions, even sweet potatoes are amazing. Or you can toss them all on skewers for an easy meal. Put some chicken on there with zucchini, onion, sweet peppers, and mushrooms. And trust me, you will get excited about veggies again. You will even crave them and look forward to them in the summer. If you have an air fryer, make sure you take advantage of that. It's a game changer. Honestly, I don't have one in my house because it's hard to make food for a family with a small air fryer that also takes up like half my counter space. So if you have it, use it. You can get crispy, caramelized edges without all the hassle, and it will be delicious. Tip number 3 is to spice it up. Veggies need flavor, and seasonings totally change the game. Besides the fact that spices are incredible for your health and totally up the health benefits of your meal, they add so much flavor and will allow you to travel the world, yes, even with your veggies. Take carrots, for example. You can roast them with thyme and sage for a savory fall vibe, or toss them in cinnamon and cumin for a warming Moroccan twist. Or let's talk about sweet potatoes. You can roast them like a baked potato and go for sweet with like a cinnamon and honey butter. Or you can cut them up into like a fry style shape and sprinkle them with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and smoked paprika, and make sweet potato fries that are savory and delicious and will go perfect with your favorite burgers. If you want more ideas, Pinterest is full of recipes. And if you need some inspiration about how to make a good veggie, look up vegetarian recipes. They are incredible. Let me tell you, these people know how to eat a good veggie, okay? There's lots of bold flavors. And if you want to add a protein into the recipe, feel free to add that in too. It's really not hard. But if you're looking for even more inspiration to kickstart your veggie love and you want a one-stop shop to find some great recipes, check out my Pinterest board, Love Your Veggies, for simple, creative, and crave-worthy ideas that'll have you excited to add more color to your plate. You'll find tips, recipes, and ways to make veggies a natural part of your daily meals. Just search for Chava Wellness on Pinterest or look for the board linked in the show notes. All right, Mama, I hope you are feeling excited about veggies again and about the possibilities ahead of you. I have two really fun challenges for you today, okay? They're simple and easy, and I think you will enjoy them. So, if you're ready for a fun challenge, listen up. Number one is try a veggie 3 ways. I'm going to recommend broccoli because I feel like it's an easy go-to veggie that most people enjoy, but you can mix it up with another veggie if you want. But you're going to pick a veggie like broccoli and you're going to cook it 3 different ways. Maybe you boil it, you roast it, air fry it, or maybe even grill it. Just cook it 3 different ways. Maybe even try adding some different seasonings to one of the recipes and see which one wins your heart. You might be surprised to find how incredibly different vegetables can taste when you cook them or spice them in different ways. Now, challenge number 2, when you're ready, is to pick a mystery vegetable. Next time you go to the grocery store, go to the produce section and look at the shelves and pick out something that you are unfamiliar with. Maybe you know what it's called, but you've never cooked it. Or maybe you're looking at something that you're like, I have no idea what this is. I literally have to use Google Lens to figure out what this is called. But however brave you're feeling, pick a veggie that you wouldn't normally eat or you don't even know how to prepare. Take it home, Google or Pinterest a recipe for it, and give it a shot. Let me tell you, this was a game changer for me when I first started my wellness journey because I started cooking things like broccoli and carrots and I don't even know what else, but the basic veggies. And I was like, okay, I'm getting excited about this. This is really tasty. But you realize pretty quickly that when you have a small variety of vegetables, they get old quickly. And then you're like, what in the world else can I eat? There has to be something. And you go into that produce section and open up your eyes instead of zooming in on your same old favorites. And you will start to realize that there is a huge variety of vegetables in the store waiting for your next culinary adventure to figure out how great they can be. And you will be amazed to just open up your eyes and your palate to discover how great vegetables can be. Yes, there will be some trial and error. You might make something and think that either 1, this was too much work, or 2, it didn't taste good. But if that's the case, just set that aside and keep moving on your journey. Next time you go, pick something else and try that, and you might love it. If there was a vegetable that you tried that was just not a hit for you, maybe come back to it later. I always find myself coming back to things, there was a point where I absolutely swore off kale. I was just like, there's no way this vegetable can be delicious. I don't care how good it is. It's just gross. Well, a couple years down the road, I decided to be brave again because I'm not a quitter. And I jumped back in and decided to try it in a new way and apply some different techniques to the way I prepared it. And it was a game changer. Now I love it and I eat it regularly and I know how to enjoy it. So don't be afraid to say, this is not for me right now, but if you're feeling brave, come back to it later down the road. It's okay. I give you permission to say that you don't like some veggies, but continue on your journey of discovering new ways to enjoy the food that God placed on this earth for us. And if you do one of these challenges, make sure to post it on social media and tag me. I would love to see your photos. You can either tag me personally, Jerusha Jantz, or you can find Chava Wellness. That's CHAVAH Wellness. And you can use the hashtag Veggie Challenge so I can cheer you on and share your veggie victories. So if this episode lit a fire under you, then get excited because we are just getting started. In the next series, we're diving into creating a healthy food culture in the home, including helping picky eaters become adventurous eaters, sneaking veggies in the smart way, building confidence in your food choices, and honoring God's design for your body and your family without pulling out your hair or having a complete meltdown at dinner time. It's gonna be good, mama, I promise. So make sure you're subscribed because you're not gonna wanna miss a single part of this. All right, mama, go eat your veggies and get excited about it. Your body, your energy, and your family, they will all thank you. And until next time, remember, you were made for wellness. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.